Yes, the first pop album, The Violin Player. But I'm here again for a classical album this time, called China Girl.
You were 16 then?
16 was the first time that I came to America, yeah.
All grown up now.
Yes, 19 now.
Terrific.
2 years later.
I look forward to hearing the album. Look forward to hearing you play again.
Absolutely. It's great to be here.
Good to have
Thank
you back. You come back anytime. Also, new musical?
If you think the violin is an old-fashioned instrument, you haven't heard Vanessa MAE, the 19-year-old British superstar who wants to be the Jimi Hendrix of the violin. At the age of 13, the former child prodigy had recorded 3 classical albums. Then came a pop album of what she called techno-acoustic fusion. Now she's playing on Janet Jackson's latest recording, as well as releasing a new CD of her own. It's called China Girl, the classical album 2. And in a few moments, she'll perform for us. But first, let's meet Vanessa MAE. I know you've been here before, but I didn't know you. So tell me where you're from.
I joined in September, right?
Yes, right, right. So where are you from?
Well, by blood, I'm half Thai, half Chinese. But I live in London since I was 3 years old. So that's my base, really.
And when did you start playing violin, and why?
When I was 5 years old. It was just at school, like all my friends, as a hobby. I think my parents wanted to enroll me just to keep me busy after school hours. That was all, really.
But when was it that you took a violin and started doing things your teachers weren't telling you to do with your violin?
Well, I think that teachers started getting more excited, I think. They started telephoning my parents and saying, she's got a bit of potential, maybe she'd like to develop it further. So it all rolled on from there. I think it was their encouragement that pushed me into the direction of making music my life, really. But I think when I was 8, that's when I really decided that I wanted to make the violin my profession when I grew older.
And when was it that you made that turn, though, from playing the violin like your masters would tell you to play the violin and doing this thing you do now?
Oh, pop as well. I think that the thing is that I've grown up as a child of the 90s, like all the teenagers out there. So even though I was trained as a classical violinist, I loved listening to pop, rock, acid jazz, rock and roll, all those different kinds of things. So when I first came on this show, I was 16 with the Violin Player album, my first pop album. And next year I have a new pop album coming out in America. But right here, I'm in my classical mood in America because I've got China Girl, my new classical album out. So I like having a parallel career.
And what made you want to do China Girl, this with the classical inspiration?
Well, I think sort of like how Bertolucci was inspired by China for the Last Emperor of China, and Puccini was inspired by China to do the opera Turandot. I have a sort of fascination growing up as a Western Chinese girl, if you know what I mean, and pursuing my Chinese roots. I think since my grandfather died when I was 15, I felt that my one link, real link to the Chinese past had gone missing, and I wanted to pursue that further on this album. So it's a deeply romantic album, almost filmic and epic in parts.
And your shows are well attended and well reviewed. Yesterday we just did a show in New York. Shanghai Tang, they were opening their new boutique in Madison Avenue, and that was an outdoor venue. It was a fantastic audience. And we have some video of it here, and your costumes are also fabulous and fun to look at. Now, you have a good luck ritual before you get up on stage and perform. Tell me what your good luck ritual is. What I do, and I did it just before the show, actually, because I'm performing live later on, is to pour freshly spilt water on stage before I go on. To pour freshly? Between the dressing room and the stage, I get some water, Evian or Perrier or tap water, and I pour it in front of me, and that brings me a lot of good luck. Wow, and that's not the only thing that's spilled on our floor. I mean, I don't know if you can find your good luck charm anymore here. Yeah, some people actually make the mistake of mopping it up. I think it's a mistake, but it's meant to be there. We're going to be back with you in just a moment. Vanessa MAE will perform for us right after this.